Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's our Connect on Tally Knowledge session with CA Vatsal Doshi this time. So today we are going to talk about compliance management in job work. Thanks to Vatsal Bhai, who has thoroughly researched and giving us some knowledge nuggets into the area of compliance for job work. Okay. Before we begin, allow me to introduce you to the speaker. CA Vatsal Doshi is a member of ICAI since 2019, and he excels in system-based ERP implementations, including Tally and SAP. With the upcoming evolution of e-assessment procedures, he believes in using technology-driven processes and reducing the dependence on traditional paper-backed records and maintenance. He also has assisted GST department in creating various dashboards for assessments. He believes in making optimum use of technology in creating systems that reduces human intervention. So all in all, we are honored to have a speaker who has a decent amount of knowledge in technology and connected systems, and also understands the entire intricacies of compliance and legal management from various areas from a chartered account perspective. So Vatsal Bhai, with not so short but a very, very powerful introduction, the forum is all yours. May I request you to please take over?
Thank you so much, Janak Bhai, for introducing me. So, hello all, hello folks. This is CA Vatsal Doshi here. I excel in ERP implementation, and today our
Vatsal
topic
Bhai,
is...
you need to do something about the background noise. There is some
Yeah,
double noise system.
hold on.
Then I tell you what exam I asked you to join.
Is it now okay, or is it still doubling, Janak Bhai?
Yes, it is good. It is good.
It is good, fine. Yeah, all right. So let's start with our today's topic of presentation. Janak Bhai, my screen, you're able to see my screen, correct?
Yes, it is visible. So participants, at any point of time, if you want to ask something or post your queries, you can use the chat box. We will try to accommodate during the session or even maybe after the session as well. Yes, Vatsal Bhai.
Yeah, I see someone has raised a hand, Bharat Patel. If you want to take it now, or shall we?
Bharat, you want to ask something? You have raised your hand. He is not on speaker, Vatsal Bhai. Bharat, you can use the chat box for any assistance.
Fine, so let's move ahead with the presentation. So let me first introduce the topic to you. So job work, when we say job work, has two different type of working. There are two different perspectives when we want to account for a job work. One from the perspective of a job worker, another from the vendor who wants to send the material for job working. I have briefly described the process and who would be responsible for accounting what. And I would be explaining you the whole process, not from any book's perspective of view right now, but I'm just basically describing the process in wholesome, how it works. So whenever if Britannia, for example, wants to give out the process of job work to produce biscuits to some other company, say XYZ. Okay, so how would that go about? So first, Britannia would inquire whether XYZ has a capacity to build, to produce those biscuits which Britannia require. If yes, and if he has the available capacity, Britannia will issue the order for the purpose of job work to XYZ. Now, on receipt of order, the company XYZ would be booking the job work in order. Job work in is something from the perspective of job worker. Basically, there are two types of different job work in and job work out. We would be talking about job work in when we are in the books of job worker, and we would be talking about job work out when we would be in the books of vendor. So moving ahead, when we see that the order is being received by XYZ, he would give an order approval. The vendor will send out the material along with the recipe and the BOM, which he would be utilizing for the purpose of manufacturing the material, the output. On receipt of those materials, the job worker will pass a entry of material in and then he would be utilizing those materials to manufacture the output. Once he has manufactured the output, he would be then sending those output to the vendor. In our case, he will send it to Britannia. The most important thing is when we say job work accounting or job work as a process, it is very important for everyone to understand one thing, that the job work process is such that the input and the output and the efficiency ratios are already known beforehand. If it is not known or the variance is way huge as compared to the actual process or the expected process, the difference between the actual and the expected is huge. It becomes very difficult financially and operationally for any party to actually take the onus of the same. So it is very important that all these BOM ratios, the efficiency ratios should be known to both the parties beforehand. Okay, now we go ahead. Now, in order to record the job work entries, it is very important to configure the Tally masters. Tally, though, however, has a lot of settings which are already in place. However, we need to enable those settings in order to use those entries or the vouchers. So we go ahead next. At company level, I will be also sharing my screen of Tally as well, and we would be looking through it, what all masters configuration we should be doing it. I would be just showing you what all we have to do, yes and what not. All right. So I'll not read these things, but I will directly go on the Tally screen and I'll show it to you. So first I'll press F11 and I'll say I need to enable the job order processing. This is the first thing. Okay. Once you have done this, now we are recording from the books of job worker. So what all configurations we will have to do, I am defining it here, are only from the perspective of job worker. In our case, the one who is going to make the biscuit, the one who is going to manufacture the biscuit. In our Tally, we have taken the example of wire to mesh. So I would just change. So if Britannia is the company sending wire and I am the job worker who is making mesh. All right. So let's go ahead. First, we go F11, we enable the job order processing. The second thing is now we have some vouchers. Now the material in voucher, we need to enable it for job work in. If you can see here, this is no. Now there are two options. Either we can use the same material in voucher for every process, or we can define a new material in voucher which we can use only for job work in. In our case, we have created a new separate set of voucher which we would be using it for job work in. All right. The same type of voucher is also created in job work out, and the same setting has to be enabled. After this, the next part is creation of go down. While we say that this is the job work go down we have created, can you see this settings here, third party stock with us? You need to enable these settings here, enable third party stock details. As soon as you do yes, you will get this option, and then you have to say either it is our stock with third party or it is third party stock with us. Since we are in the books of job worker, it is third party stock which is lying with us. So I have done yes here. Okay. Now moving ahead, the item creation. I will not, we'll go through the item creation once. So so we have taken GI wire. This is our raw material which we would be using, and we would be manufacturing poultry mesh. It's a welded mesh basically. Here we would be enabling BOM. How can you enable BOM? Here, set components list for BOM. Okay. And once you say yes, alter components of BOM, I have entered a BOM which says that for manufacturing 1 kg of poultry mesh, I will be required certain quantity of kgs, certain quantity of raw material. So that's a BOM, basically a bill of material defining input and output ratios required for per unit of output. Once this is done, the master's configuration which we are set to expect here are done. We can move ahead to the next job work in perspective of accounting. These are the entries a job worker is going to pass. We will see the detailed steps in process which he would be doing. So first is a job work in order. So as soon as our company approves that, okay, we would be doing it, and the vendor would receive, the vendor would be sending us an order to process job work, we would be entering the following voucher. We go to the voucher screen, we press F10. Here we get job work in order. Okay. So here in our case, Tata has sent us certain things. Okay. It is very important to fill these details here. Somehow, somewhere, all of these are connected to ITC 04. Job work in and job work out are two different processes. ITC 04 is connected to job work out. However, it is very much important to ensure that data entry completion is done at both the ends. Now, for the purpose of our testing, I would be entering everything. I also need to mention the process. What are we supposed to do here and how much time will it be taking? We can define, say it might take us 10 days, 15 days, whatever. That needs to be defined by you. Okay. Now we will select the output item here. This I am supposed to deliver. Okay. Now while selecting godown, it is very much important that you select that one godown which you have created for that specific vendor. It is always suggested from the perspective of job worker that he should be creating different godowns for each vendor or each principal for whom he is processing the job work, so that there is no confusion as to what material is lying in the godown and it belongs to whom. Okay, let's suppose I say here 10,000 quantity. So since I have entered the BOM, these fields will be filled by itself. I will be entering the rate which I would be receiving whilst they would be sending the materials along with annexure A. The rate would be mentioned in annexure A. That would be the rate which I would be taking here. And here at the outer parameter, we would be defining the rate including the raw material cost and the job work cost. So for example, let's suppose if I will be charging them 8 rupees per kg and 72 rupees per kg was the rate defined by them, we would be entering 80 rupees a kg here. This is the first entry that should be passed by a job worker. Job work or in order and material in are basically done generally on the same day, or maybe there is a gap of 1 day. So now the next entry which we would be doing is in. Now if you look here, the material in has two different types, and since we have created the voucher specifically for job work, we would be using this material in voucher. As soon as we mention the name of the party, we would be able to see this order here. We just select it and all the details are available. Okay. Now source godown. Now is the source godown available in my books? No. Why? Because I am the job worker. I don't have the source godown which is available with me. So I would say not applicable. And then I would receive the GI where I'll just do enter, 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 and the entry will be done by itself. That's the second step. He would be recording it, the material in along with annexure A in material in voucher. Now the next step he will be doing is manufacturing journal. He would be using these materials to process. So we will go in production. We will say we need to change mode, Control H, and use a manufacturing journal. Now we would mention the product name, poultry mesh. I'd mention the name, the quantity. Sorry, I'll mention the go down here. The next I'll be mentioning is the quantity, and it would by itself, depending on the BOM ratios available and selected, it would by itself show that this would be the required material used for the purpose of job work. So this is the third step the job worker has done. He has converted the input to the output. Now, after this, he would be the production. He would be having the quality test on the optional basis. Once that is done, he would be then entering a material out voucher in order to send those materials to the vendor. So here in our case, we would say we would be sending our materials to Tata Wire. The destination go down again. It's not in my book, so I would not be mentioning anything. I would say I've sold poultry mesh, and as you can see, it would select the go down and the rate by itself. These are the 4 entries that he would be passing. After which he would be issuing an invoice and he would receive a payment. Going down now here, these are the same steps what we have done practically on our tally screen. I've just mentioned it again for a reference. Now, here we have completed the first part of our books of recording job work in. Now let's see what we have recorded. Is it okay or what is it looking? So we go to the material movement register. As we can see here, I've actually entered the first one earlier, and as you can see here, the second one, this was the one which we have entered. So material movement register says it all that, okay, the entry, the perspective of entry is recorded, and the blank columns are those process loss, wastage and scrap, which we have not recorded since it was not there in our process. In order to have those process loss or scrap to be recorded, we can use the advanced configuration which is available in Tally. However, proper care has to be taken as to doing these things. Moving on to the next part, the job worker have now submitted the material. The job work accounting from the job worker's perspective is completed. Now we go to the recording of job work accounts from the book of vendors, the ones who are going to send the materials for job work. So briefly describing the process. Yeah. So before we go ahead, we have completed one perspective of the book. You can raise any questions if you have. And Janak bhai, is the speed okay, or it's too fast to?
No. We are going perfectly okay. Rather, I think we should ask the participants. Anand sir is writing something. Anand sir, are you there? You wanted to repeat something?
Yes, message to repeat. I'm not
Hello.
able to see the chat.
On the top right hand side, no, you will be able to. There will be 3 buttons. Anand is asking to repeat the last part.
All right. So presentation and presentation is too fast for the map things between various screens. All right. So I'll go back and we'll again revisit it. No issues.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So So this is the whole process flow of the job worker once again, which we are going to review here. The job worker would receive the order from the vendor. On the receipt of order, he would be booking. On the receipt of order, he would be booking the job work in order. After that, he would be receiving material from vendor when he would be booking material in entry. The first is job work in order, then is the material in entry. Then he would be processing the material to manufacture the output. Then he would be sending the material back to the vendor. So material out. These are the 4 entries which he would be passing. After that, he would be raising the invoice and he would be collecting the payment. In how many days, Vikas Acharya sir has raised a question, in how many days the material should be returned to the customer by the job worker? Can we have a control in Tally to remind user to return material before due date? Okay. So generally it depends on the process of the job work actually. From the perspective of GST, it's like maximum time available for input to output conversion of the manufactured goods. If it's not a capital good, it's 6 months, and if it's a capital good, it's 3 years. Setting an alert in Tally, you can actually customize it, which just a second. Sir.
Aging report.
Aging report. Check.
Tally patch nahi hai.
Like customized part of it.
Vatsal bhai, are you there?
Yes. So he can go for aging report, or if you want anything specific, you can go for customization. Generally, it is being looked for 6 months, but the processes are not as long as it might take 6 months, honestly, to process. So generally, it doesn't become a concern. However, tracking it is important. So just from the job worker's perspective, you should always be having a control over what all materials is lying in my godown. It belongs to whom, and there should be a limitation as to how much material per principal he should be allowing to be stocked in his own warehouse. Janabhai, am I audible? Correct?
Yes, you're audible. You forgot to turn on the video again, so maybe if you would
I'm
like
sorry.
No, that's okay. It's your call.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So, I think Vikas Acharya sir wanted me to repeat. I think, is it fine, or the speed is still okay, or you want to still slow down, sir?
Vatsal bhai,
Vikas ji.
Yeah, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I would like to suggest that your speed is though means for your, as you understand the concept very well.
Correct.
So at your side, your speed is very okay, but from our perspective, it's becoming very hard to understand the concept. If you can throw light with what kind of vouchers you created, how you created them, and what was the objective of creating those specific voucher types or vouchers. So
you want to see the master's configuration, why we are doing those master's configuration?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. So basically speaking, for everyone, the job work arrangement is something that is configured in Tally, but that needs to be enabled first. Okay. So the first step, I think F11 and just enabling the job order processing is something that is okay. Now, going ahead, when we talk about job work in process, Tally has certain vouchers which are already created but requires to be changed. Why? I would show you that. Okay. So we say voucher type, I need to alter material in. Okay. So this material in voucher, so we say that it is used for job work, but for the purpose of job work in, are we going to use this voucher? This is supposed to be yes. Now, since I had a data which already had material in vouchers entered into it, I could not amend the actual material in voucher in Tally. As a result of which, I had to create a new voucher in Tally, wherein I could select a yes for the purpose of processing it in for job work in. This is the most important part, enabling the voucher setting for the purpose of job work in. So this is how we are going to use it for the purpose of job work in. Since we had a choice to just amend the actual voucher, but unfortunately, since we have already entered the data in material in voucher, it does not allow us to amend the voucher types or voucher settings at all. So we need to create a new voucher. That's why I created new vouchers. And then coming down to recording the entries, the first entry what we recorded was job work order. If you want, we can just have a look what all entries are we going to do. So this is the first entry, job work in order, wherein we are going to book what we have to send and how much we have to send and when. The second entry which we will be passing is the material in. What am I going to receive from that order? the raw materials which are going to be sent by the vendors to us for the purpose of processing. The third entry I will be passing would be a production entry, a manufacturing entry rather, to convert the input, that is the raw material sent by the vendors, to the output, the expected output. And once the QC of that output is done, it would be sent out to the vendor for his further actions. These are the four types of transactions the job worker would be entering in Tally for the purpose of job work accounting. Now, for the purpose of raising issue or raising an invoice, he would be going out and just directly issue a sales invoice. It is not connected with the job work module at all. He can directly raise an invoice for the same. Now, okay, the speed is fine and whatever you wanted is answered before we move on to the next perspective of job work out?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So now job work out is, now we are in the books of vendor. Here we are going to enter 3 vouchers, but before that we would first look in for the master's alignment or the master's change which we need to do. Now forgetting, since I am using the same Tally data, we don't need to actually do any master changes. However, if it was a new data, I would be explaining it again from the scratch for the purpose of a vendor. First, you would be doing F11 and enabling a job work. So I would say F11, enable the job order process. That is the first part. The second thing then I would be doing is altering the vouchers. Now, for the purpose of job work out, there are 4 entries again. First, he would be recording the order sent to the job worker. Second, he would be recording the material sent out to the job worker. The third, it's the optional one, extra mark I would say, conversion of process of input to output. And the fourth one is again receiving the material in after the output is the outputs are being sent by the job worker. The third step is optional because Tally gives us an option to not record it, but Tally itself records it by selecting the auto consumption. Yes, there is an option called auto consumption, and once we select it as yes, it would automatically pass that entry by itself, or it will understand that entry is passed by itself. So I would go in voucher type, and for the purpose of job work out, all I have to do is just select yes. Here, correct. As you can see here, this is a material in, this is the regular voucher which I'm going to use, and this is not the material in JW voucher which I have created for job work in. So I've actually I've created 2 different types of voucher for purpose of job work processing. The material in JW is used for the purpose of job work in process, and material in is going to be used for job work out process. Now, in order to not confuse you all, we would say material in and material out as simple 2 vouchers which we will be using. Only important setting you have to do is enable it for job work. Use it for job work, you have to select yes, and allow consumption yes. These 2 things has to be turned on to yes from no. Once this is done, the set of entries he would be passing are reflected here. So first is order, material out, material in, booking of expense, and issue of payment. And then he would be issuing reports. What is the flow? I'll again say here. Okay. So the first is job work out order. As we recorded job work in order, that is the same type we would be recording job work out order. I will not be showing it on the screen unless it is required. So if you want to request, we can do it later. But for now, we'll be just moving on the screens of the presentation. And if you have any questions, please come up. Yeah. So he would be then entering the job work out order. After that job work out order is done, he would select the material to be issued. So he would be then selecting a material out voucher to then issue those materials. Now here it is very important to select the correct godown. Since this godown here in the books of vendor will also be created, when he would say that these are the materials owned by us but lying at some other location with some third party. It is very important here. Let us check here, what we have to do. Go down. So this we say here, our stock with third party. It is very important to do a yes here when we are recording from the perspective of a vendor, that this is our stock owned by us, but it is lying at a third party location. So go down selection is very much important. Then we would be recording a material in entry. Once the job worker has processed the materials, he would be then sending us the output of the job work, which we would be recording in our books, that it would be then received at our go down. And then we would be issuing reports from Tally. Now Tally has a list of reports of job work. I would tell you which are important for us and how to go ahead for the purpose of complying with ITC 04. We need the movements of material in and out register and the material movement register. Let me start with first explaining what all are the list of reports and what do they convey. Outstanding list of orders, which means that the list of orders which either are not received by us or the list of orders where we have to yet issue our materials. This is the list of outstanding orders, all. The second one is components to be issued or received. Components to be issued from the perspective of vendor, and components to be received is from the perspective of a job worker. Components in Tally language, it means raw material. Simple. So raw material yet to be issued. Who would be issuing the raw material? It's vendor. So when vendor says that vendor wants to find out what all material I have yet to issue, he would say I would generate a report naming components to be issued. And if it's done by the job worker, it would be components to be received. What all components are yet to be received from the vendor, as a result of which the process is incomplete. Then it's the material in register and the material out register. So it's a register basically speaking about both the part, material in and material out movement within that go down. Then it's the order in book and order out book. Just a second. Order in book and order out book. Again, order in book is from the perspective of job worker. Order out book is from the perspective of a vendor. So basically when we say in, it is from the perspective of job worker. Job work in is a job worker. Job work out is from the perspective of vendor. There is a issue variance and a receipt variance, that what is the expected issue and the expected receipt, and the actual receipt and actual issue. The difference between the same is being reflected in the issue variance report and the receipt variance report. And the last is the material movement register, wherein the whole movement of the raw material to the output is being reflected. We can go to the screen and check that reports first. Now this is for job work in. So we say that 26th August, we have received a material wire. The quantity is this much. Why did we receive it? It was for the purpose of welding. And what was returned against that? As you can see from this material movement register, a complete transaction is being seen here, which we can use for purpose of any report. And now we go to the job work out report. since we did not do any entries, I had an entry done earlier here. So we can just go and check here that delivery number challan or delivery challan number 7, the order number and delivery challan number are the same here. But this order number reflects to the job work out order and delivery challan number is reflected in material out challan. The date of dispatch, what was dispatched, how much quantity, to whom was it dispatched. The nature was not mentioned there, but it was for the purpose of welding. And what was received from the job worker. Job workers details were also not mentioned, as a result of which it is not mentioned here. Now this report, when we talk from the job work out perspective, can be used for the purpose of ITC 04. Now what is ITC 04 is the next question. So ITC 04 is a reporting of job work activities done by the vendor. So if I am giving someone some materials to process and I am registered under GST, it is my duty to file ITC 04. And for the purpose of ITC 04, there are certain fields which are available from this report and one more report which we will be merging together in order to fill the data that is required under ITC 04. Janak bhai?
Yes, sir. Yes, what, sir?
I would like to have one at least response by everyone, because I feel I should not be going too fast before we end it. I don't want to go to that.
Okay.
Question come up.
Yeah. Vatsal bhai, there is a query coming from Vikas ji. Okay, maybe if you want to take it now. Vikas ji, if you would like to go and unmute and ask the question yourself, that would help a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, Vikas ji.
Like just a small suggestion, because the job work process is very different than normal accounting.
Right.
So it would be, I would really appreciate if you explain in starting only what would be the flow of this whole process, vendor point of view and the recipient, the job worker point of view. I think things would be much easier for the viewer. So that is one small suggestion. And second thing, just wanted to know, like, how do you manage to create a job work invoice for services and job work invoice for material written?
No, job work invoices are only raised for the purpose of service. Job worker are generally never found to be registered under GST. They won't have an issue creating that. But however, if they are registered also under GST, all the invoices raised would be only purely service. It has no linkages with the materials.
No, because what happens, because the job worker, the vendor used to send me only 2 material. Other materials are from my raw material.
Correct.
Raw material. I'm mixing that material into his material and returning to him.
Okay.
I mean, that all cost is including into the selling price.
Correct.
So, I mean, it's not necessary to raise the material invoice, right?
Correct. So in such a case, you can go out discussing it with the vendor by invoicing him for 2 things. One being the material used for the purpose of process, and other being this for the service of processing. Generally, when we talk about job work, it's never that the job worker uses his material. It's in a general scenario, job worker will never have the those items also available with us. He would generally go with the items which is provided by the vendor himself. So
okay. I mean, they used to provide us an extra one, and we have to return that an extra one, providing all that material detail. Correct. I got it.
Correct.
Yes.
So generally, it's that only. It may be a specific case wherein the job worker himself will be, taking certain raw materials by himself and doing that. But also in that cases, the vendor only would be reimbursing him for the raw material and he would be only charging the service.
Yes, yes. And the another query is like, is there any way to see the profit margin for the job work in a stock summary?
Didn't get you. From whose perspective are you talking about?
Like I'm processing a material, right?
Correct.
I'm returning in everything. Whatever profit margin I'm getting out of that process, can I see it in the stock summary report?
See it in the stock
Normally in trading case, we used to see the profit margin report, right?
Correct.
Is it possible in a job work case?
No, not really. See, basically, since the invoicing would be raised without the interlinkages here,
For the services.
it would be raised for the service, correct? And so it would not come under the item itself only. So no, that is not possible. So, and the question what you raised, it's like the job worker is entering into a contract of providing service. There would be nothing in the item master for his own set of items that he would be owning to and generating a report out of that. So no, no such reports from the stock summary is possible.
Okay. And I mean, I will really appreciate if we could really understand the internal processing and an external processing in Tally, because what happens, anyway, I have given a cost price to the vendor, like this much I will be charging per kg to you. Correct.
Correct.
But actually, when I'm processing the material in-house, when I'm doing all that, my consumption entry and everything, that additional cost during the stock journal. So that time, I mean, that thing should be like, we like to see how that thing is getting control, how you can control all those things, additional costs.
So for controlling all that, so you would be need to, you actually need to have a control over the costing feature in the Tally. It is possible, sir. Since you would have a per unit cost of everything which you are going to process, using the labor, the machine time, you definitely have a per hour cost or whatever per unitary costing measure will always be available with you while you are processing. All those have to be entered in Tally at the additional cost level, and then only you can view that report as to what is the value created and what is the value you have received back.
Okay, sure, fine. As of now, so many queries. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you, Vikas ji. Vatsal bhai, Ravi ji is asking, how can we generate ITC 04 from a vendor's perspective?
Just before ITC 04, I would just answer Vikas ji. Vikas ji, there is also one more additional feature, job work costing, which is available in Tally. The same job costing, correct? That is available in Tally, which can be explored. We are using it at one of my clients. We have actually implemented this job work in and job work out, both the things, and they are experiencing it as a good feature for them to actually enter all the records in Tally, and they are finding it good. But I have not actually exposed that job costing. However, you can go ahead and do that. We are using the normal costing, but not the job costing.
Sure, definitely.
And coming down to the next questions are ITC 04. So this is the form of ITC 04. It has 3 tables first. Let me explain you all the tables. Details of table 4, table 5A, table 5B, and table 5C. So table 4 is the details of the material sent for the purpose of job work. Table 5A says the material received from the job worker back to us. This is the second one. The table 5B says that the job worker will be sending the goods to another job worker. For example, my process is such that it requires 2 different types of job processing and it is done by 2 different job workers. So from job worker A, it will go to job worker B. In such cases, it has to be reported under table 5B. And the last one is when the materials are sold directly from the premises of job worker, that the materials are sold by the job worker himself. Though it is invoiced by us and it is actually sold by us, the movement is done from the job worker's godown itself. So moving down now, table 4, the details of table 4 are challan number, challan date, types of goods, the description, UQC, quantity. This much is available directly first in the material moment register. So yeah, challan number, challan date. Now challan number, how is it available? Let me also tell you that these are the automatic numberings used by Tally. However, you can actually convert it to manual input, and you can actually put the challan number of, which is given by the job worker, by the vendor. Okay. Then the challan date, type of goods. So description of goods is here. Type of goods, it says capital or input. So this is a manual feature which you will have to put in. Then you have UQC available here, quantity available here. Okay, the 3 fields before this, sorry, GSTN of job worker if registered, and if not registered, the state and the job work type is not available in Tally. But these fields are available in Tally. Now I need the taxable value. For the purpose of taxable value, we can do, what we can do is we can extract the material out register, and we can use VLOOKUP along with the challan number to get the value of the material. If you want, I'll just go to the material out order book, say column, and I have the voucher number which I can use. The value of the same can be used here. We can directly just take it from here. There's no need to actually do columnar. However, if we do columnar, we can also take that. Just we have to enable is the value details. Then value, yes, yeah. So you can just take the value from here. The taxability, you just have to select the percentage of tax, which is already available with everyone, that you know what is the input and what you are going to process. You know the tax rates of it already. And here you have to just select the action as add. This is the details of table 4 which we are going to use for the purpose of filing the job work details. These are the material sent details for job work out. Okay. The second table, what have you received against it is I have received poultry mesh. So these are the things not available here. Original challan number issued by the principal. Here, this is the challan number, the challan date, the challan number issued by job worker, which would be recorded. We have not recorded it here, but it would come here. What are we going to record it? That is just a data entry patch we have not entered. So that you will find. The nature of job work done will also be available here, which in case here is not entered by us, which is welding. And then the next part is description of goods, that is this poultry mesh, UQC quantity. That's it. You don't have to enter the value at all here in this field. So sorry, what all you would be entering is challan number, original issued by you, challan number issued by job worker, nature of job work done, the item, the items UQC, and the quantity. And losses or wastages, if any, shall be recorded. Janak bhai, you were mentioning someone had a query with ITC 04, Mr. Ravi.
Yeah. So how can we generate ITC 04 from the vendor's perspective?
Correct. So this is what I have explained here. This is the job work report. Okay. Can a vendor generate annexure 1 for material issued to job worker in Tally? Mr. Vikas Acharya, he has raised a question. Later, after job work is completed, the job work will. Okay, correct. So, sir, for the purpose of annexure 1, yes, there are additional TCPs which are which you just have to buy in and just get it done. You know that's available at Tally shop.
So hope that answers your query, Vikas ji. Yeah. Vikas ji, are you there? Hope that answers the query. Yeah, Vikas is writing thanks. Yes, Vatsal bhai, we can proceed further.
Yes, so this is the whole GST which compliance which I have explained.
Yeah.
And we are done. We are ready for questions now.
Yes, yes. In fact, we have been taking questions also in between. So it has been quite an interactive forum. So
Yeah.
Vikas Baheti ji, welcome. Any queries for us, Vikas Acharya ji? Vaishali ma'am.
Hello.
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Sir, I want to just know why the moment analysis report of Tally is not containing the material in and out.
Come
You are
again, sir.
asking? Sorry, can you? Yeah.
The moment analysis report of Tally is there, na?
Correct.
But if we want to take the same type of report for job worker also, I
Yes,
think
that is
we are not-
available. No, that is available. We've seen that also.
Material movement report, no, Vatsal bhai?
Job workers perspective, it's this, sir.
No. If we want to on the just the moment analysis, just go to and moment analysis report.
Correct. Material movement analysis report. Correct. No, you were looking at a different report, sir. Then you say go to and material analysis report.
Yeah, in job works report, no, Vatsal bhai?
We are going in material job work material movement register is the report which we are accessing, sir.
But moment analysis is not there, na?
That is a different report, Vikas ji, if I'm not wrong. This is specifically targeting towards.
No, that is different report. If we want to go through that report, why that is not we are not able to go in this report? What is the drawback? We are not able to see the item in the matrix format.
Okay.
What is
You mean to say this?
GIY?
Come again? What?
If the item, there are huge number of items, then we are not able to freeze that which item and what is the quantity. It will always go in a daybook format, na?
No, I've not checked for
Sir,
multiple items. What we are doing is generally for one item or two items, and so correct.
If we are dealing in multiple items, like DIY and multiple items, we are able to freeze what is only the item quantity for GIY only.
So what I understand over here is that there are in job work material report you're talking about, there are many daybook entries you're seeing, and the job worker and the requester is transacting on daily basis. Correct, Vikas ji?
Yes.
So what that can be done, no? Since see, there is some level of customization will be definitely required here. The basis, the code and everything, no, small customization can be made if somebody requires that.
So just I want to just you can go for moment analysis report. There is fantastic report in Tally.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
But we can include this report also there because there is only a single party and a voucher report is there.
Right, sir.
We cannot compare any customization to Tally's.
Yeah, that is absolutely true, Vikas ji. Thanks for pointing that out. We'll duly note it.
And sir, there is a small another one. If there is material movement in, and if there is primary item, single primary item, we want to add the cost of raw material to that particular item. Correct? What the default behavior of Tally comes whenever there is a movement, it's asked for the value, quantity, rate, amount, but the
correct
has to be derived from the consumption part.
So you were talking from a job worker's perspective, correct?
No, I'm talking from the perspective of vendor.
So vendor, okay. So whilst he is selling material, his value would be the cost of material, sir.
Correct. But whenever you means we have to give manually the value in Tally.
So when you are going to give it manually also, you're going to give the average cost or approximate cost what you already know. It may be somewhere, there would be a difference. Of course, I know that. But generally what Tally picks is going to be the average cost. Weighted average cost. Average cost.
Yeah. Vikas, anything else that you would like to know?
No, sir, we will discuss. I think.
Yeah, I think this has to be taken offline. We'll have to see exactly what you're pointing out. And we then come to yeah.
Just because sir is very good at this job work, and very few people are very good at job work.
Yeah, yeah. So in fact, that was one of the reasons why I requested Vatsalji.
Sir, please, Janakji, arrange some offline.
Yeah.
With Vatsal.
Yeah. So Vikas, you can note down the coordinates also.
Contact me. Yeah, I've already shared the coordinates on my presentation, sir. You can definitely contact me, sir.
Fine, sir.
I think Vikas ji also again raised a question. He had something to say.
Yeah, Vikas Acharya ji, no?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Vikas.
Yeah, yes, sir. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to know how can I see the report? Like what happens when I'm doing some job work? Every day I'm putting my material into this vendor's material, mixing some material into the vendor's material, right? So that additional material I'm entering through stock journal. Now, what I want to say is somewhere I wanted to say, like for that particular job work, what are my material which I have consumed and what are the vendor, how much vendor material I have consumed? How you differentiate that actually? So you have.
So for that, you need to have a production journal report wherein your warehouses are reflected. I don't know whether Tally has the direct capability of reflecting the warehouses. If not, then you have to customize it.
Achha. Okay.
Because you would be selecting the warehouse, and for the purpose of job working, if the material is given by the job worker, you will be selecting the warehouse which is different from the warehouse of the material which you are going to use, which is owned by you. So the difference would be reflected then and there itself, sir.
Okay. And the second query is like, it happens very rarely, but I'm not able to return the material in 180 days. So in that case, how you manage these transactions? Like if you don't return the material, then the vendor materials becomes your raw material actually, correct?
Correct. So the vendor has to reverse the ITC of raw material, correct?
Achha. So you have to get a tax invoice from the vendor.
So, not the tax invoice, honestly. So generally the if you tend to move out of that cycle of 180 days, the vendor would have to reverse the ITC of the raw material sent to you, and as soon as you return him the material, he would be then again availing the ITC of the same.
Okay.
The purpose of tracking, what he will have to do is he would have to track the order outstanding. The order outstanding days should not exceed 180 days. Aging of the orders. So if the aging of orders is more than 180 days, that has to be brought to highlight of the vendor that he has to then either escalate the process with the job worker, and if not, then he have to reverse the ITC.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Chanak bhai.
So any other query from anybody else? Yagnik ji, Vaishali ji, Uma ji, Pranal ji, or shall we now?
No, sir.
Yeah. So no queries from anybody else also. So thank you, Pranal ji. Thank you, Vaishali ji, for coming to the forum. With this now, we are coming close to the end of the session. Let me, on behalf of the forum, I would like to extend my vote of thanks to Vatsalji. Vatsalji, thank you for taking time out and taking a top. Yes, Vikasji is raising a hand. Yes, Vikasji.
So I have a question with you, Janek sir.
Yes.
So I've been visiting Tally Solution YouTube channel. And most of the videos I don't find over there. What knowledge videos we are discussing?
Yeah.
These videos are not available over there.
Yeah. So let me help you. Vatsalji, if you can just share your YouTube screen. maybe that will help.
Just a second.
In interest of the forum as well. Thank you, Vikasji, for bringing that out. All these feedbacks help us also. So all the videos are uploaded. I'll just help you with the navigation.
Yeah, sure.
So also share the recording because.
Yeah, definitely we will keep the recording. In fact, this recording will go on Tally YouTube channel only. I'll show you where. If you can search Tally knowledge session over here. Vikasji, are you seeing this? All the sessions are there. If you open this channel, open the full playlist, Vatsal sir, the Tally knowledge session.
Open. What do you want me to open?
Yeah, you can open that. Yeah. So look at this on the right. All the sessions are there.
Okay. I think I was searching in the wrong place.
Yeah. In fact, at the end, you will see last week's sessions also, where accounting in Tally Prime for development sector is uploaded. So all our sessions are recorded here.
Okay. Thank you.
And this session will hopefully also go live on platform by next week. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you, Vatsal bhai,
for providing this opportunity. It was a session that I've never done, but yeah, it was good.
In fact, I feel the need now. We might have to do one more session basis. The so much of interaction and queries were there. So thank you, Vikasji, for coming. Thank you, in fact, entire everybody for coming. Sharanji, Vikas Acharya, Vikas Baheti ji, Creative Sales and Services, everybody, and finally, big thanks to Vatsalji. Now we will close the session.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.